And just to kind of tell you how much I like him, I was like, man, he's on vacation. I'm not gonna be able to listen to him for a few weeks. This stinks. I always looked forward to listening to him because he's one of the more authentic mouthpieces out there. And not saying I'm smarter than Nick. I'd actually argue that he's probably smarter than me.
And you bring up like voting. I don't see really voting as a right, if I'm being totally honest. Like, it's not just women. There's a lot of people that really shouldn't be voting anymore. Like, it's not just women.
Such as?
Maybe people that don't own property, young people that work like retail jobs. Like, as an example, it was, of course, propertied white men. It was a very narrow group of people that were able to vote, and that's because the founding fathers didn't really believe in mass democracy, universal suffrage. They believed in checks and balances. We're going to have competent government, and who's going to make those choices? And we have to think competent people should be making those choices.
I would never go for a woman my age. I would never go for a woman my own age. Don't flatter yourself. What are you, 24? Everybody knows I wouldn't be talking to a woman my own age like that, for crying out loud. Gross. Okay, I'm going for 18. I'm going for 18. If it doesn't end in teen, I don't want it. I'm not interested. Okay? I'm with Tate on this one. I'm with Andrew Tate on this one. I am also with the Bible on this one. Young. Young equals better. Okay? I'm with the Bible on this one, on God. When the Holy Spirit selected Mary, did the Holy Spirit go, let's look for a mature woman that I have something in common with? Did a person of the Trinity go around and say, I need to find one of those mature women that is smart and has common interests and things in common with me? Or did the Holy Spirit go and say, I need to... How old was the Virgin Mary? I think she was like, well, she wasn't 18, I'll say that much. Certainly wasn't 18. I expect a fertile womb. A fertile womb and a sort of innocent, childlike spirit. Plenty of 30-year-old fish in the sea for you guys, okay? Because I'm in the shallow end of the pool. Looking for them hoes that can't swim. But that must have been like a dox thing. I wonder, they probably called into the lobby, these fucking, I almost just said the N-word right there. But they probably called down to the lobby and they were like, hey, where's Nick Fuentes? And they were like, oh, he's in room blah, blah, blah. And they're like, oh, okay, calls the room number, to see if it's me, hang up. Whatever, faggot leftists. So, nice try. That was dumb of me to fall for that. I guess if the phone's on the hook and the phone rings, they know it's the right room. So, these blacks at the counter, they're fucking up my OPSEC. And it's so dumb. Whatever. So... I can't tell you, like, every person in my family, when I came back...
Like the way of interacting with women, and I go, have you been in a relationship with a woman?
No.
So how are you telling other people how to behave towards women when you yourself have not had any actual physical, interaction with them in a romantic capacity, or, in fact, in any capacity? If you are looking to some other regimes around the world that do think that women are half the value of a man, I have to question what kind of a person who's had no experience with women is in a position to basically promote these ideas.
Well, I'm having experience with a woman right now. And I've had lots of experiences with women in my life, not romantically per se, but I've talked to enough women. I've been in, I've known enough women to know sort of what's going on. Active people that have been in relationships. Like a perfect example is like the pickup artists. Have you ever noticed that pickup artists who have the most relationships with women and the most sex, what they say is that really with women, it's the same bag of tricks. To seduce a woman or whatever. And I think that kind of tells you something about the nature of women, that, you go from woman to woman and it's the same kind of like little tricks, little things you could say or whatever to kind of hack them and whatever. And I think that kind of says it all about their nature. So,
What does it say about our nature, Nick?
Well, it says that, they're not fully rational. I don't believe that, like men, they possess a sort of full rationality. I think that
Rationality towards what specifically?
well,
Or
rationality
just
entirely,
generally?
sort of objective. Yeah, I don't think they're capable of that. I think that, a male has a real impersonal sense of rationality and reason. I think that a female sense is far more personal. And that derives from the fact that women are made to bear children.
We have got to talk about the fundamentals of our worldview and what it would look like to build a society based on our distinct worldview, which is different from the left, different from a godless, atheist, constructivist, liberal worldview. And what does that look like? Does that look like a society where you have gay marriage and birth control and contraceptives and legal, ubiquitous internet pornography and all the rest, but transgender kids aren't playing in girls' water polo? No, that's not what it looks like. It looks like a society where women don't have the right to vote. And it looks like a society where boys and girls get married as teenagers and start having kids, and they don't use birth control, and they don't use contraceptives, and they have big families and a high birth rate. And it looks like women wearing veils at church. And it looks like women not being in the workforce. And it looks like mothers raising their kids. And it looks like pornography being banned. And homosexuality and transsexuality, as well as heterosexual sodomy, as well as fornication and adultery being shamed by the society, and maybe in some places, in some jurisdictions, regulated by the law. It's not enough to say we're against trannies. You got to be against women's rights too. It's not enough to be against blue-haired feminism. You got to be against women getting educated. Okay? Or else, what are we really trying to achieve here? 1999? 1999 sucked too. We want to go back to 1099. We want to go back to the Middle Ages. So we're burning your gay pride flag. We're burning your gay pride float. And then we're going to drag your bitch wife out of her house, kicking and screaming. And then we're going to burn her at the stake too for being a witch.